Welcome back to Insight. We're talking Science Central with Martin Fisher here, and one of the age-old problems, again, no pun intended, is a parent is what do I do for my kid's birthday? You guys do birthdays?
We do. You can have your child have their birthday party at Science Central. We'll have it themed. We have everything from chemistry to volcanoes to rockets. I've actually had my kids many times have their birthday party at Science Central. Now we want to make sure that, yes, it's a birthday party, so there's time for the cupcakes and time. They get to make liquid nitrogen ice cream. Yum.
Nice.
They also get time for the gifts, but we want to make sure that it has that Science Central, science-y theme to it. So I went ahead and brought one of the activities. Yes, it's messy. Yes, you want to have paper towels, which of course I brought with me. We are going to make
way over there, though.
slime.
Slime, okay.
All right, so what I want for you to do, there are lots of ways to make slime. This is just one particular way. So let's have you go ahead and fill this little cup about maybe a third of the way with this chemical, which is called borax.
Oh, it looks like water.
Fantastic. Next, you're going to go ahead and fill another third of the way with PVA, polyvinyl acetate alcohol. And it's got a little bit of food coloring in it as well to make it look all gross and yucky and slimy, because that's important, right? Mm-hmm. Looks good, and now start stirring. While you're stirring, rapidly
stirring. Those two things don't really get along, do they?
Nope. What's going to happen is these two chemicals are going to have their molecules start. You're making a mess.
Well,
oh, we can't take you anywhere.
No.
So what's happening is these molecules are starting to combine. They're binding together into very long, sticky strands. Looks pretty good, and we can still start. So yeah, there we go. Hold it up so the mic, so the cameras can see that. Nice. You have just made slime. Congratulations, you are now a certified slimeologist.
Woo, yes.
Ooh, but that's half the fun, and the kids have an absolute blast. And of course, this is an opportunity for them to be able to learn about chemistry and molecules, such as long strands of molecules.
Huh, that's pretty interesting.
So these birthday parties are incredibly popular, and of course we always recommend that if someone is considering having their birthday party at Science Central, they should try to call as far in advance as possible because they book up.
Now let's talk about this, because I know that you will talk about the changing face of Science Central's I guess customer. A lot of times when you first opened, it was obviously mom, dad, two kids, the ideal Norman Rockwell. As those kids get older, they're coming back as high school students or college students now.
Exactly.
And coming in for all sorts of different things that maybe one might not expect.
So we're watching a lot of adults come in and they'll say, yeah, I used to come here when I was a child. And right beside them, they've got their family, which is fantastic. When I started there, I think we were viewed as a science center for children and children only. But we've worked very hard to put in programs, exhibits, activities, like some of the pictures which we're looking at right now. We're changing from a science center for children to a science center for everybody. So it's not uncommon for me. If I walked in on this afternoon, as an example, we'd probably see college students on a date. If I went in on a weekend, we'd be able to see high school students going through. If I went in on a Sunday afternoon, we'd be able to see senior citizens without their grandkids, going through.
And then some of the fundraising events you do through the year target all
just
ages.
For adults as well. Yeah, we've got a number of different fundraisers. We've got some such as our annual fundraiser Mixology, which is the science of cocktails. Yep, absolutely love it. We've got a couple of murder mysteries that we do, which are for adults only. So we're really trying to appeal to the broad audience, to our entire region. Doesn't matter if you're at the 2-year-old child or the 102-year-old grandmother and everything in between. We've got a very active high school student volunteer program. So if you have a high school student or you are a high school student and you're trying to think of things to do during the school year, experience to make your resume or your college application look good, you can consider volunteering at Science Central. In fact, I'll let you in on a secret. I started off in my local science center volunteering when I was in 9th grade. And I loved it so much it became my career.
There we go.
Yeah.
It can be very sticky. It can be very interesting. You can broaden your mind and maybe your career opportunities diving into science. So maybe starts with that first birthday party. If you'd like to find out more, jump on the Science Central website, sciencecentral.org, and we will be right back here on Insight to learn more about how, if you're an educator or a homeschooler, you can take advantage of Science Central.